What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel where you are here with your soul's passion consultant. Today, we're going to go over the new moon for Gemini, which starts on Sunday, June 18th. This season deals with a lot of communication. How do we communicate? How do we interact with people? What are we giving off? What's the energy that we're giving off? And how do we allow others to communicate with ourselves? So let's do some prompting so they get you started to get you in the mindset to just being aware of the season and paying attention what to look forward to for the next 2 weeks as the moon continues to grow. So here are some suggestions for some intention that you can set for your promptings. Here are some promptings that you can set for your intentions. So first we have Gemini. Gemini deals with the hands, the arms, the lungs, and the shoulders, which is connected to our throat chakra. So my question to you all is, what is your body language saying without you saying when you are verbally communicating? So what is your arm saying? What is your body language saying when they're folded, when they're open, when you come in with a hug, or if it's a little side hug? What are you communicating to yourself when you are coming in for that hug, maybe? What are you communicating with the other person that you're hugging as to, do you really want to hug this person? Can they detect that? Are you being true to yourself when you're giving that hug? So what are your outwardly expressions when you are giving those body languages off, that you're giving to others and that they're giving to you? So pay attention to that. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So here's a prompting that you can use. Are your intellectual truths expressed outwardly? For example, so it's what you know intellectually, movement is good for your sacral chakra. So do you move intentionally every day, which will be your outward expression of what you know? So make sure those things are lining up. What you know to be true, that you know you've gotten communicated from spirit, maybe someone have told you, you learned something, you read a book, you listened to a podcast, and you know this to be true. Make sure we're putting our truths into our outwardly expression. Make sure we're backing it up with an action so that we are developing the life we know we want to live. Okay, so how do you think your communication comes across to your community, including your lover, close friends and family, your business partners, and random people? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? Then you later communicate about how is that coming across to your community, to the people you live with, to the people you work with, the people you interact with on a daily basis. What are you putting off into the world, into the atmosphere? So give that some thought. So we also know that Gemini is an air and a mutable sign. So a prompting for that would be, what do you think you can now be flexible about or open-minded about since you have released some trauma? I know you guys are out there healing. You guys are out there doing the work. You're learning a lot on different platforms on how to release this trauma so you have less drama in your life. So now that you've released that, think about now how much of an open mind you may have about certain things. So for example, so now that I have released my anger that I've had toward my mom, I've done the work, I did my confessions, I wrote my letter, I released all of the gunk that goes along with me not having a good relationship with my mom, um, because she's made some decisions that have impacted me, but not in a good way. But now that I release that, now I am more flexible to the decisions that I know people make aren't necessarily for bad. They're just making the best decisions for themselves. So at that point, it makes me a less judgy person. I'm not criticizing. I'm not sitting in the corner looking at somebody like, they should know better. I'm just more go with the flow. I'm more neutral about different scenarios that come across my path. When I'm talking to people, when people are in my family, I'm at a family gathering, I'm just more neutral because I know there's so many traumas and dramas that cause us to make the decisions that we make. And so we're not always making those decisions out of a angry place, an angst place, an icky place. We're just making the best decision. So I'm less judgy because we're just out here trying to make the best decisions so that we can live and keep it moving in our lives. So those are some promptings that you can use to go ahead and start putting yourself in that Gemini energy and using this energy for your good. This is some good energy that's coming up. So an activity or actually this would be a new moon ritual that you can consider. Again, consult with your spirit team to find out what's best for you. But this can be an idea and it's actually fun. So in this energy, let your curiosity of trying something new guide you with an outward expression. Example, if you are curious about how something is made, go out and make it. You be the creator of it. Here are some examples. So we typically buy our toothpaste. We go to our local drugstores to get those items. But some people out there would be like, how do you really make toothpaste? How do you make it to where it's not harmful for my body? So one way of doing that is making it yourself. So find out how it makes, how toothpaste is made, do some research on that, and get in that kitchen and make it yourself. It's actually really easy. It's actually, you'll feel good about it because you can name all the ingredients that you're putting in it. It just sets up for just a better experience that you're giving for yourself and for your family to say, you know what, I made this, I know how it works, I know the ingredients, and I know these are natural ingredients that's actually good for my body. Another thing is vegan cheese. Go out and make your own vegan cheese. A lot of people who have a hard time transitioning from a meat eating or dairy eating diet to a plant-based diet, that cheese be having a chokehold on them. So one way of getting over that is making your own cheese. And it's super, super easy and it's fun. And what the one thing I like about making my own cheese is that once I'm in there, I'm chopping up, putting everything in the blender, and then I stick that little spoon in there to taste it, and it tastes like cheese. It be hitting, like it be hitting. So it just makes me feel good that I can make and get those flavors that I would get from cheese, but not having to eat cheese and then incorporating that in whatever dish I'm making. It just gives me a little feeling that's like, okay, I'm out here. Like I can do this. I can do this without putting animal products in my body. So I know I'm doing the best thing for my body. Another good thing you may wonder, how do you make hair dye? What are these things that you're putting into your body, and how does it work to where I can make it in a natural way? So do some research on how to make a natural hair dye. What is being used for that hair, for that ingredient to be, permanently or not permanently or semi-permanently placed on your hair for a period of time? How does that work? What is being used? What are the ingredients? Go out and make it yourself. Go out and make it yourself. Um, and then another thing, a lot of people are eating a lot more mushrooms, especially when you transition from eating processed plant-based meats. Mushroom is a good replacement, whole food replacement to use instead of, the Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat. I understand those are good transitional meats, but some people are ready to transition more to a whole food eating diet for their plant-based journey. So mushrooms are very popular right now. And they're so tasty, they're so meaty. So some people are like, okay, how do you grow a mushroom? Grow it yourself. There are kits you can buy on like Amazon that you can it's already kind of packaged for you real cute. You just have to spray it every day and it grows. Literally, it's that easy. You can also go a little deeper and create your own kit. A lot of people do it with using toilet paper. It gets deep. I know. Toilet paper, yes. Basically, mushrooms just need a moist place to grow. And if you wet some toilet paper, you're going to start getting some stuff growing from it. So do your research, go out there and make it yourself. Another good thing to learn how to make is a candle. Super easy. Again, a couple ingredients. Get creative with some stuff you already have around the house. Get creative with rose petals around the neighborhood or in your backyard to add that to a melty wax and build your own candle. You want to know how a candle is made? Go make it yourself. And then an herbal tincture. That could be a little bit more technical. Sometimes you may need a little bit more ingredients, but there are some simple ways of putting together a herbal tincture or herbal rub for your body. Sometimes it's just infusing the herb with an oil, putting it together, let that fuse together, and you got the herbal oil for your body to heal your skin, to heal your nervous system, to give massages, to help you relax. So do your research. YouTube University is pioneer for learning how to learn to do something. So please use your research, read your books, listen to a health and wellness podcast that can allow you to put together ideas of some things you can make after you have an idea, wanting to know, how does this work? Instead of just keeping that idea in your head, for Geminis, you got to get that out. So get it out by making it, by doing it, putting your hands together and making it. Okay, that's all I have for you. This has been fun. This has been a nice little talk to just kind of get you some encouragement, to charge you, to consult with you, to let you know, like, put out what you are passionate about, what's been bubbling inside of you. Go out into the world and do it. Press play on some things. Go ahead and press play. You got this. And I want to thank you for joining us, and I'll meet you again for the full moon intentions. Woo!